Hello and welcome to the Synergy Sanctum. This is our series focused on positive life coaching lessons with Squee the Immortal, where we aim to provide everyone with awareness and coaching that is focused on identifying your goals and your values, ensuring that the steps you take on your own adventure are aligned with that return on time that you are seeking, and sharing countless strategies focused on positive mindsets, resilience, and flourishing as a person each and every day. Let's get into today's episode. So, William James discusses in his book how to basically commit to a new habit or how to break an old one. So he proposes 3 maxims of how to achieve this. And the first one is very simple. It's commit to the new habit. So if I'm going to decide, hey, I want to get into better shape, I want to get into better health, I need to commit to whatever actions I need to do in order to make that happen, right? So if I decide, okay, I want to feel better, I want to feel more healthy, I'm going to walk a mile every day at 6 a.m. I'm going to get up early, I'm going to walk a mile every day at 6 a.m. and then that mile is going to lead to my eventual health. So the committing part now is I don't get to sleep in. I don't get to push that off. I don't get to if I'm giving such a specific measurable goal, I need to commit to it. And if I commit to it, that is the first step to leading to this being a better habit, right? So the first step is committing to the habit and throwing yourself fully into it, right? There's not going to be any excuse. There's not going to be anything. I'm deciding, I'm going to decide intentionally, this is what I'm going to start doing, and it's going to lead now to this becoming a habit. The second maxim that William James goes over is there can't be any exceptions to the committing to this new habit, right? So there can't be any exceptions to this idea, right? So if we use the example of getting into shape, I can't have any exceptions to it. So if I'm committing to walking a mile at 6 a.m. every day, I can't say, well, I didn't do it this morning, but I walked at lunch, because that's an exception, right? It might be the same mile, but it's an exception to what I committed to of when and how I wanted my habit to occur. Or, oh, I don't need to walk today because I intermittent fasted. I did an 18-hour fast and I only had 1 meal today, so I don't need to walk. But that, again, it's an exception to the habit that I am trying to commit to, right? And similar thing on the back end, if I'm trying to break a habit, let's say I drink a lot, right? So if I'm trying to break my drinking habit, I need to take actions and commit to it that are going to lead to that, right? So I'm going to commit to not having alcohol in the house. I'm going to commit to not going to places that serve alcohol, right? And I can't have an exception. Oh, well, my best friend from high school came to town and it was I haven't seen him in years, so I'm going to go to this restaurant and they're serving booze and, I'm probably going to catch up and have a drink, but it's okay because most of the time I'm not drinking anymore. It's no, that is, again, another exception, and that's, on the flip end of trying to break a habit that I don't want to have anymore. And then the final maxim that he proposes is this idea of acting on your decisions. So what does this mean? What does acting on our decisions mean? It's basically throwing yourself fully in and committing to whatever resolution or habit you're wanting to do, right? So this idea that if I'm going to decide to start working out, I'm walking tomorrow morning. I'm making a decision to start walking. If I get up and I feel tired, I'm going to combat that with this, and then I'm going to commit to that action, right? Or if I start having feelings, right? It doesn't have to be actions. If I'm thinking or having emotions around it, I should lean into the emotions and commit to those decisions, because those decisions are going to eventually lead me to basically having the new habit that I'm desiring in that moment. So there's this positive psychologist, and his name is James Pawelski, and Pawelski takes William James's maxims a step further and he puts them into this acronym called S.N.A.P, right? So he's basically making it even simpler to understand how to start embedding and creating new positive habits. So the S is for start strong, and it's this idea that if you're highly motivated to commit to the new habit, then you have basically a more likely chance to be successful committing to this habit, right? So very similar to William James's first action of committing to the new habit. Pawelski proposes that if you start strong with this motivation, then you're ultimately setting yourself up for success, right? And maybe publicly announcing it, telling those around you so that they can hold you accountable. Like whatever it is, you are coming in with some passion and intent to make this happen. Moving on to the end, very similar to William James again, no exceptions, right? So there can't be any exceptions to this habit, and we kind of went over those a little earlier with this idea that like if I'm going to commit to like better fitness, then there can't be exception to that. There can't be, well, I didn't eat as bad today, so I don't need to walk. There can't be like, oh, well, I took the stairs or I parked far away from the building at work. No, it needs to be the habit that I'm trying to create. And better fitness isn't a habit. Habit is actions, right? It's specific actions that I'm taking to ultimately achieve better fitness. And then the A, always act. So whenever we have the opportunity to practice the new habit, we should be doing that. We should be seizing that opportunity and doing that. So if I'm put into a situation that's going to like benefit or be aligned with what I'm trying to commit to with the new habit, then I should act on that. I shouldn't hesitate or make an excuse or anything like that. And then the final one that Pawelski proposes with the P is practicing this idea to exercise your will. So you should basically intentionally step out of your comfort zone and try to do things that are hard or difficult so that your willpower and your motivation is honed, right? You're basically like tempering that steel to be ready to like combat whatever might stop you from committing to this new habit that you're creating.